light at the end of the tunnel because this is showing a pattern of behavior. So Rebecca Schofield and her team wanted to serve me. They wanted to do something to harm me, to silence me, right? So they contact my ex, so offers him money so that he can do something to betray me.
Alright guys, how's it going? Wired here, and today we got to talk about one of the most cringiest self-owned lawsuits that might have ever been enacted in US history. This is between Rebecca Schofield and Ashley Guillard. And if you're not familiar with this case, Ashley Guillard is a prominent TikTok psychic who was more than convinced, 100 videos convinced, that Rebecca Schofield, a professor at the university, was somehow involved in the tragic slaying of 4 Moscow, Idaho University students. However, it appears from this litigation that she could not have been more wrong. But before we get into the actual legal matters of this, let's do a brief recap, shall we?
People have been asking me to provide evidence for the statements and allegations that Rebecca Schofield ordered, planned, initiated, and executed the murder of the 4 University of Idaho students. Although she did not do it with her own hands, like I said, she hired, with a promise to pay in different ways, Jack DeCour. Now, people have been asking me for evidence, and I think that is the most ridiculous thing that I've heard.
Now, I know what you all are thinking here, but I have to 100% agree with Ashley. How are you going to provide evidence when you're just straight up making things up? And now this woman, let's jump over to her TikTok real quick, get out of here, made hundreds and hundreds, maybe not hundreds and hundreds, but at least hundreds of TikToks about this case to try to get some internet clout, and has implicated this university professor at the cost of her character to try to say that she is somehow involved in this tragic case that's going on. And it turns out about a month ago, we found out that's not true. The person involved or suspected to be involved, allegedly involved, is a man by the name of Brian Kobiger, who was a student at a nearby university. And I'm going to say the evidence against him does not look good for him, but he does have the presumption of innocence so far, as he has not been found guilty of anything. But since this news has come out, litigation has been brought against Miss Ashley here. And she is talking about fleeing to Bali. Take a look.
Long story short, I would like to go to Bali so I can get myself together and clear my mind and just enjoy life for like a few months. The issue is my son does not want to come with me. He does not see the value that I see in it. Also, I think I want to bring a companion with me, like, so that I won't be alone. I'm literally always alone, like for the past, 8 years? I want to bring a companion to Bali with me. My son doesn't want to come, so an adult.
Yep, so you've seen that, you heard that. I think it's very nice that Ashley's telling the feds exactly where she's going to go, into Bali, and...
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
But let's get into the actual meat and juice of this lawsuit, where Ashley Guillard is going to explain how she is actually the victim for implicating Rebecca Schofield in this heinous act, which she's not involved in at all. Defendant Ashley Guillard, a supposed internet sleuth, decided to use the community's pain for her own online self-promotion, which she definitely did. She has posted many videos on TikTok falsely stating that plaintiff Rebecca Schofield, a professor at the university, participated in the murders because she was romantically involved with one of the victims. Guillard's statements are false. Professor Schofield did not participate in these murders, and she had never met any of the victims, let alone entered a romantic relationship with them. Guillard's videos have been viewed millions of times, which should really speak to the whole state of our society, amplifying Guillard's online persona at the expense of Professor Schofield's reputation. Professor Schofield now sues Guillard for defamation, which I would say she's completely right to do. We'll go down to the factual allegations. We're going to skip the first one that just covers the events of the crime. Professor Schofield was not in Moscow, Idaho when the murders occurred. She and her husband were in Portland, Oregon, visiting friends, which is true from what I've read. Professor Schofield did not commit or in any way participate in the murders. All right, that's fine. Professor Schofield has taught at the University of Idaho since January 2016. She became the chair of the history department in July 2021. And to really just ramp up how delusional this woman is, she went to this website, the Moscow, Idaho University website, and pretty much just threw a name at the computer screen. And I would imagine that she did that because she's not very intelligent. And just randomly picked somebody to try to get internet clout. And now it's all coming back, and now she's going to flee to Bali, which, hey, doesn't sound like the worst thing, but I wouldn't announce that before I go. But hey, that's just me. Professor Schofield has also never met Ashley Guillard. That's true. She lives in Idaho. Ashley lives in Texas. Ashley Guillard promotes herself on Amazon and TikTok as an internet sleuth that solves high-profile unsolved murders by consulting tarot cards and performing other readings to others obtain information about the murders. She has perpetrated to solve the murders of musician, I'm going to butcher that, Krishnik Kari Ball, Shaquilla Robinson, Tiffany Valiente, Kevin Samuels, who, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure Kevin Samuels passed away from a heart attack, rest his soul, and the November murders of the University of Idaho. TikTok is a social media platform that's giving everybody cancer, yada, yada, yada. Recorded by a person using her own cell phone to record a video, then posting through the person's account on the TikTok platform to be outrageous as you can to garner views, of course. On or about November 22nd, 2022, Guillard began posting videos about the November murders at the University of Idaho. She asserted the murderer had some history with one or more of the victims and that the murderer was someone who previously was involved with one of the victims, possibly an ex. And this is actually going to give me a really good time to just play a really, really fast clip here.
Hey, everybody. I'm Mr. Rogers. But wait. I'm not wearing a sweater. And I'm about to kick your ass.
So for anyone who didn't get the gist of that, the internet is the internet. You can say whatever you want to about anybody. But you might find yourself to be liable for defamation if the things you're saying about somebody's character are completely untrue. Professor Schofield is not a public figure, at least she wasn't before this time when Ashley Guillard decided to just oust her for something that she clearly didn't do. And this is only the initial lawsuit from Rebecca to Ashley. This isn't the response. Maybe I will make a response video a little bit later because that's actually a lot more interesting. All the things that Ashley says now her character's been defamed because she wrongly accused somebody of a very heinous murder. But this should be a forewarning for anybody about going after internet clout, and that there are ramifications. Words do have there are actions to them. Don't go around defaming people or accusing them of heinous things if you don't have all the facts. Leave that to the actual authorities. And it goes on and on and on, and I hope that Rebecca Schofield is completely vindicated. I hope all the victims from the Idaho tragedy do get justice, their families get justice. It will never bring them back, sadly, and why something as heinous as that would even have to take place, I don't even want to contemplate, but I hope they're all vindicated, they all see some form of justice, and I hope this Ashley Guillard, being that she serves a long stint in jail, or at least has to pay Professor Schofield a good chunk of money, and that she enjoys her vacation in Bali, at least as far as she can until they come and get her. Well, that's all I got for you on this case. Like I said, I might follow up with it. If you like the video, please leave a like on the video. You subscribe to the channel, that'd be awesome. If you don't like what I'm saying, I appreciate you for listening anyway. That means a lot too. So, and I guess I'll catch you all in the next one. Later.